C.D.C. fam, what is up? We back. This is episode 2 of CDC's top 10 list. And today we got the Giant Schnauzer. A lot of people may ask why I put the Giant Schnauzer at number 2. But you have to remember, I am a Mastiff guy. The Giant Schnauzer is a Mastiff type dog. And it's very versatile. It has a lot of roles that it plays today and of the past. And today we're just going to talk about this breed and why I put it at number 2. So we're going to read a little bit of info from this little article I found. This little piece of information, excuse me. The giant variety of Schnauzer, formerly called the Munchner, was developed in Bavaria and Württemberg as a drover's dog and was much used before modern transportation made the slow method of moving cattle along the roads obsolete. When this form of usefulness passed, he immediately filled another role, serving as a watchdog for butchers, stock keepers, and brewers. Kind of like the German Shepherd, we talked about that and how the breed came from being a herding dog to then becoming a police and war dog. He served still further needs when some years before World War I, the Army command and police authorities in Germany began building up a dog corps. Here the Giant Schnauzer proved such a superior pupil that ever since he has been one of the principal breeds used for police work in several continental countries. The Giant Schnauzer is of the same ancestral stock as the Standard Schnauzer, but is the youngest of the three sizes. Various crosses amongst the original medium-sized Schnauzer stock, perhaps drawing on the smooth-coated drover's dogs, the rough-coated sheepdogs, the Black Great Dane, and the Bouvier des Flandres, were made to create a dog of large size without losing the basic Schnauzer characteristics. He was practically unknown outside of Bavaria until about 1910, the best specimens being found in the region between Munich and Augsburg. His first appearance in the United States was just prior to World War I. He is a bold, courageous type of dog, ideally suited to any work where dependability is required, and especially fitted to being a country watchdog and guardian. When aroused, he can be a terrific fighter. Built on rectangular lines, he stands up to 25.5 inches in height, and I'm pretty sure it's 27 inches at the withers now to this date. I'm not sure how old this piece of information is. But it says he is one of the few working dogs with a wiry coat, which may be either pure black in color, pepper and salt, or black and tan. And I don't think they accept black and tans. It is possible to show up, but they do not accept it from my knowledge. As the last article stated, the Bouvier des Flandres was a part of the Giant Schnauzer's creation. The French herding breed historically used for driving cattle and protecting livestock, but became formidable police and military canines. They come in black, fawn, brindle, gray brindle, and salt pepper by the AKC standard. And you can obviously see the contribution of the beautiful coat from the Bouvier to the Giant Schnauzer. I won't go over the Giant Schnauzer as we just went over some of his background and some facts about the breed. So lastly, I'll talk about the Black Russian Terrier. The Russian Guard breed used to patrol borders and prisons in a harsh Siberian climate. Despite the name, only a small amount of Terrier was used in the beginnings of the breed. They come in black, and sometimes black with a few gray hairs that are acceptable. The Soviet Red Army created this breed. And there's a lot of people that say different things like, oh, Roddy and Black Great Dane was used, or Airedale Terrier and Giant Schnauzer were only used in a Mastiff breed, and the Rottweiler were used. But from my knowledge, older piece of information I read stated that Caucasian Ovcharka, Rottweiler, Great Dane, Giant Schnauzer, Airedale Terrier, and that was pretty much all that I had seen that was in the breed. This breed has very minimal Terrier blood, ironically used in it to create it. It's more of a Mastiff type dog, has more of that Mastiff temperament where it's not as biddable as the other two breeds I've talked about. And that's hence why it was used more of as a patrol dog and guardian and frontline protector like a Mastiff. Later on though, you do see not later on as in later on of today, but later on as the breed wasn't used for what it was used for anymore, as far as war, prison work, and patrolling. It They added in Newfoundland later on to kind of calm down the temperament of the breed, as it was very hot and like I said, not as biddable, so anybody was getting hit. And lastly, just for those that may run with a certain narrative, these dogs are not all of the same type, but just different looks. Or I mean, the same breed, but three different types. Excuse me. I know some people kind of say that, but they more of are intertwined as they share DNA, as one was used in the other, and so on. So they are not the same breed. They are totally different breeds, and may share some similarities, but not completely. With all that being said, though, I am highly considering one of these dogs. Like I said, I like the Mastiff breed more than anything. This is a Mastiff type dog, very versatile. Um, has a rich history in doing multiple different jobs and excelling at them. So I would definitely get one from a working line, not a show line, of course. You know, genetics play a big part in that, and what the dogs before they've been doing and what the dog is capable of now. Um, with that, the coat is a big consideration with this breed. You have to consider it. But for my knowledge, working line and show line coats are different. Working line breeders, they necessarily don't have to maintain it as much as a show line breeder would, because they don't really focus on coat thickness type or, a certain look for it. And at the end of the day, I do understand this is a working dog, and a working dog can and will be a high maintenance dog for a lot of people. Um, I do have a experience with bigger breeds, and breeds that do need some more enrichment, more attention. I didn't know a lot as much as I do now. And I don't know a lot still, but I'm still learning, and I think the Giant Schnauzer will be a good breed to develop my training skills with, and also just to be a good breed to bring along with my journey of becoming a dog man, well, experienced dog man, and well versed and experienced trainer. And just for a second, I want to talk about the build of these dogs. It is just beautiful. They're just built powerfully, the breeder I'm considering interviewing. And even getting a pup from says they're built like a quarter horse, and you can really see it visually on their build. They're built real powerful, but it's not excessive to where it stops their athleticism or their movement. They move fluidly, but they move with powerfulness and elegance. I feel like it's a real eye-catching dog to me. And the temperament of this breed I really do like. Can be a good family dog. That's with boundaries, though, of course. Can't just let the dog lick your kids in the face or let your kids touch all over the dog. Have to set boundaries, and that's with everything. But as far as this dog being a working dog, I really do like this dog. I'm considering it heavily. And like I said, I'm working on getting a breeder on of the working line Giant Schnauzer to do an interview. Hopefully next week. Do not, don't hold your breath. But it's most likely going to happen. Yeah, so comment down below. What's your thoughts on this video? What are some things you guys want to see? And what do you think about the nostalgic videos I kind of post? I post a lot of historical, older, videos, and I think those are real special. I wouldn't say necessarily too important, but special, because it gives that look of what the dogs were and how they compare today, and the working ability of them from the past and to today. But that's enough for today. We're almost at 500 subscribers, so like, subscribe, share, support the channel. We got a great channel. And any recommendations help. Just be respectful. Any criticism helps. Thank you, and bye.